Okay, I'm Steve Mace from Solwise, and what I'd like to do here is do a unboxing show and tell video of the EnStation5-AC product from EnGenius. This is intended really as a point-to-point outdoor product for a WDS bridge type setup. So you can do it for point-to-point using 867 meg 11ac 5 gig connectivity. So let's look at the product itself. Get it out of the box. Oh, now I'm dropping it on the floor. Okay. So the first thing that's born out is a quick installation guide. So I'm going to put that to one side. Now, the unit itself, circular dish type product. Built into this is a dual polarized dual stream directional antenna. Off the top of my head, I think it's 19 dB, but not 100% sure. So it's a dish product, quite nicely put together, like all EnGenius products really, very, very solidly built, and I'll cover that in a moment. Also in the box we get the it's a 24 volt proprietary PoE injector actually comes with it, so it's 24 volt PoE powered. Don't shove 48 volts up it, you'll blow it up. Use the 24 volt PoE injector that actually comes with it, and that has a clover leaf there and LAN in and LAN out on the back. And also in the box we've got a clover leaf mains lead to power the device. What else we got? We've got the usual joke plastic raw plugs from China. Usual story, they're absolutely rubbish. Don't use them. If you are going to wall mount it, get yourself down to B&Q, get yourself some decent raw plugs. Don't use those, it'll fall off the wall probably by the end of the day. Now, comes with a Jubilee clip for pole mounting, which is the normal method for mounting it. But to go with that, we actually have a ball and socket mounting bits for it. And we have this in the bottom of the box, which is a little rubber O-ring. So I'll cover what we've got here. Let me get this out of the box. So you've got a base plate, which is ridged for pole fixing, or you can actually use it's got keyholes for wall mounting, but if you are going to wall mount it, don't use those rubber raw plugs. So, and it comes with a Jubilee clip, which can actually go around all of this to actually fix it onto a pole, if you are going to pole mount it. Now, let's cover what we've got here. So, we've got a base plate with a socket on it. We've got the ball, and the ball goes into the socket, obviously, and on the other side of it we've got a screw threaded section which actually goes into the screw fixing hole on the actual back of the unit. So that would go onto there, like that, okay. Now, to set it up, you have this screw-on piece which goes onto here. The socket the ball goes through there, so that's going to actually give you the ability to direct and aim the equipment. In the base plate, in the socket part, that's where this little rubber O-ring goes. Now the purpose of that is to actually give some grip and support and still allow you to adjust the actual ball within the socket. If you haven't got that, then you can find that after even after you've screwed this up finger tight, don't get a spanner on it. Even after you've tightened it up as hard as you can with your fingers, you might find you start to get a bit of a droop developing over a period of time. Put that rubber O-ring in, that just actually helps hold the ball in place and gives it a cushioning effect as well. So what would happen is that goes in the bottom of there, and then top part screws on. Obviously I'm not going to do it up tight, but that screws on, and that allows you then to still maneuver and position the actual ball in the socket. So that's the mounting for it. I'll look at the device itself. It's a dish-shaped product. I suppose it's probably about 6 inches across, at a guess, something like that. And probably 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 thick. Usual thing with EnGenius products, very well put together piece of equipment. Certainly not shoddily built at all. Built into the front of it, we have dual polarized dual stream 11ac 5 gig antennas, giving a fairly directional aiming for it. Looking at the back a bit more, at the bottom we have a cable entry and exit gland under a weatherproof protective flap, which I can just clip off. So under there we have a bent paperclip reset hole. We have a LAN port, which also is for the PoE, so that's the one that actually connects down to the actual PoE injector. And the other LAN port on the back is for data-only LAN port connection for secondary equipment on the pole. But there's no PoE out of that port, it's just for data for secondary equipment. So, that's the EnStation5-AC, which, as I say, is an outdoor bridging device using 867 meg 11ac Wave 2. There is another product very similar to this, looks absolutely identical, which is just the EnStation-AC. That's virtually exactly the same product, except it's not Wave 2 11ac. So it's still 867 meg AC, but it's not Wave 2. Wave 2 obviously gives you the features of MU-MIMO. That's the big headline thing that Wave 2 gives you. In my opinion, for a point-to-point bridging unit, MU-MIMO, completely useless, redundant. You don't need MU-MIMO for point-to-point. You're only pointing from one client to one client. It's a bridge device. You haven't got multiple clients coming in, so you don't need the MU-MIMO functionality. But technology moves on, so this is the newer version, which is the Wave 2. But the old version, which is Wave 1, is still also available. And that's it. Thank you very much.